Hello students. Today we will discuss about red blood cells. The red blood cells are non-nucleated, form elements in the blood. Red cells are also known as erythrocytes. Erythros means red. Red color of the red blood cell is due to presence of coloring pigment. The pigment is called as a hemoglobin. RBCs play a vital role in transport of the respiratory gases. RBCs are larger in number compared to other two blood cells, that is white blood cells and platelets. Now we will see the normal values. Their range is 4 to 5.5 million per cubic millimeter of the blood. In adult male, it counts 5 million per cubic millimeter. In adult female, it is 4.5 million per cubic millimeter. Now we will see the morphology of the blood cells. Normal shape. Normally RBCs are disc shaped. They are biconcave, dumbbell shaped. Certain portion is thinner and periphery is thicker. Central portion is thinner, periphery is thicker. The biconcave contour of the RBCs has some mechanical and functional advantages. Now we will see the advantages of biconcave shape of RBCs. Biconcave shape helps in equal and rapid diffusion of oxygen and other substances into the interior of the cell. The large area is provided for absorption or removal of the different substances. Third, minimal tension is offered on the membrane when volume of the cell alters. Fourth, because of biconcave shape, while passing through minute capillaries, RBCs squeeze through the capillaries very easily without getting damaged. Now we will see normal size. The diameter is 7.2 micron. Thickness at periphery it is thicker, that is 2.2 micron, and at center it is thinner, it is 1 micron. The surface area is 120 square micron. Volume 85 to 90 cubic micron. Now we will see normal structure. Red blood cells are non-nucleated. Only mammal which has nucleated RBC is a camel. Because of the absence of nucleus in human RBCs, the DNA is also absent. Other organelles such as mitochondria, Golgi apparatus also absent in the RBCs. Because of the absence of mitochondria, the energy is produced from glycolytic process. Red cells does not have insulin receptors, and so the glucose uptake by this cell is not controlled by the insulin. That is important property. Then RBCs has a special type of cytoskeleton which is made up of actin and spectrin. Both the proteins are anchored to transmembrane proteins by means of another protein called ankyrin. Absence of spectrin results in hereditary spherocytosis. In this condition, the cell is deformed, loses its biconcave shape and becomes globular, spherocytic. The spherocyte is very fragile and easily ruptured in hypotonic solutions. Now we will see the properties of red blood cell. Rouleaux, Rouleaux formation. When blood is taken out of the blood vessel, RBCs pile up one above another like a pile of coins. This property of RBC is called Rouleaux. Plural Raoults formation. It is accelerated by plasma protein, globulin and fibrinogen. Now we will see the specific gravity. The specific gravity of RBC is 1.092 to 1.101. Now we will see packed cell volume. Packed cell volume is the proportion of blood occupied by RBCs expressed in percentage. It is also called hematocrit value. It is 45% of the blood and the plasma volume is 55%. Then we will see suspension stability. During the circulation, RBC remain suspended uniformly in the blood. This property of RBC is called suspension stability. Now we will see lifespan of red blood cells. The average lifespan of RBC is about 120 days. After the life of the senile, that means old RBCs, are destroyed in reticuloendothelial system. The lifespan of RBC is determined by radioisotope method. Now we will see fate of the red blood cells. When red blood cells become older, that is more than 120 days, the cell membrane becomes more fragile. Diameter of the capillaries is lesser or equal to RBC. Younger RBCs can pass through the capillaries easily. However, because of the fragile nature, the oldest cells are destroyed while trying to squeeze through the capillaries. The destruction occurs mainly in the capillaries of the red pulp of spleen because the diameter of splenic capillaries is very small. So, the spleen is called graveyard of RBCs. The destroyed RBCs are fragmented and hemoglobin is released from fragmented parts. The hemoglobin is immediately phagocytized by macrophages of the body, particularly macrophages present in liver, that is Kupffer cells, spleen and in bone marrow. Now, the hemoglobin is degraded into iron, globulin and porphyrin. The iron combines with protein called apoferritin to form ferritin, which is stored in the body and reused. The globin enters protein depot for later use. The porphyrin is degraded into bilirubin, which is excreted by liver through bile. Daily 10% of RBCs which are senile are destroyed in normal young healthy adults. It causes release of about 0.6 gram per deciliter of hemoglobin into plasma. From this, 0.9 to 1.5 milligram per deciliter bilirubin is formed. Now we will see the functions of red blood cells. These functions are: number one, transport of oxygen from lungs to tissue. The hemoglobin in RBC combines with oxygen to form oxyhemoglobin. About 97% of oxygen is transported in blood in the form of oxyhemoglobin. Second, transport of carbon dioxide from tissues to the lungs. The hemoglobin combines with carbon dioxide and form carboxyhemoglobin. About 30% of carbon dioxide is transported in this form. RBCs contain a large amount of carbonic anhydrase. This enzyme is necessary for formation of bicarbonate from the water and carbon dioxide. Thus, it helps to transport carbon dioxide in the form of bicarbonate from the tissues to the lungs. About 63% of carbon dioxide is transported in this form. Now we will see the buffering action in the blood. What is buffering action? Hemoglobin functions as a good buffer. By this action, it regulates the hydrogen ion concentration and thereby plays a role in maintenance of acid-base balance. Fourth, blood group determination. In RBCs carry blood group antigens like A antigen, B antigen and Rh factor. This helps in determination of blood group and enables to prevent reactions due to incompatible blood transfusion. Now we will see variations in number of red blood cells. Now first we will see the physiological variations. In this we will see the increase in RBC count. The increase in RBC count is also known as polycythemia. It occurs in both physiological and pathological conditions. When it occurs in physiological condition, it is called as physiological polycythemia. The increase in number during this condition is marginal and temporary. It occurs in following conditions. Number 1, age. At birth, RBC count is 8 to 10 million per cubic millimeter of the blood. The count decreases within 10 days after the birth. Due to why it decreases? Due to destruction of RBCs causing physiological jaundice in some newborn babies. However, in infant and growing children, the cell count is more than the value of adults. Second, sex. Before puberty and after menopause, in females, the RBC count is similar to that of males. During reproductive period of females, the count is less than that of males. It is about 4.5 million per cubic millimeter. Third, high altitude. Inhabitants of mountains above the 10,000 feet from mean sea level have an increased RBC count of more than 7 million per cubic mm. It is due to hypoxia, that is due to decreased supply of oxygen to the tissues. In high altitude, hypoxia stimulates kidney to secrete hormone erythropoietin. The erythropoietin in turn stimulates bone marrow to produce RBCs. Therefore, there is increase in RBC count. Fourth, muscle exercise. There is temporary increase in RBC count after the exercise. It is because of mild hypoxia and contraction of the spleen. Spleen stores RBCs. Hypoxia increases the sympathetic activity, resulting in secretion of adrenaline from the adrenal medulla. Adrenaline contracts spleen and RBCs are released into blood. That is the reason why there is increase in RBCs during muscular exercise. Fifth, emotional conditions. RBC count increases during emotional conditions such as anxiety. It is because of increase in sympathetic activity, as in case of muscular exercise. Sixth, increased environmental temperature. Increase in atmospheric temperature, there is increase in RBC count. Generally, increased temperature increases all the activities in the body, including production of RBCs. Then after meals, there is slight increase in RBC count after taking meals. It is because of need for more oxygen for metabolic activities. Now we will see the conditions where there is decrease in RBC count. Decrease in RBC counts the following condition. Number 1, high barometric pressure. At high barometric pressure, as deep as in the deep sea, when oxygen tension of the blood is higher, the RBC count decreases. Then during sleep, RBC count decreases slightly during sleep and immediately after getting up from the sleep. Generally, all the activities of body are decreased during sleep and sleep. Third, pregnancy. In pregnancy, RBC count decreases. It is because of increase in extracellular fluid volume. Increase in extracellular fluid volume increases the plasma volume. Also, it results in hemodilution. So, there is relative reduction in RBC count. Now, we will see the pathological variations. Pathological polycythemia. Pathological polycythemia is abnormal increase in RBC count. Red cell count increases above 7 million per cubic millimeter of blood. Polycythemia is of two types, the primary polycythemia and secondary polycythemia. Now we will see primary polycythemia. It is also called as polycythemia vera. Primary polycythemia is otherwise known as polycythemia vera. It is a decrease in characterized by persistent increase in RBC count. In this disease, there is persistent increase in RBC count above 14 million per cubic mm of blood. This is always associated with increased WBC count above 24,000 per cubic millimeter. The polycythemia vera occurs in myeloproliferative disorders like malignancy of red bone marrow. Now we will see secondary polycythemia. This is secondary to some pathological conditions. The pathological conditions are: number 1, respiratory disorders like emphysema. Second, congenital heart disease. Next, chronic carbon monoxide poisoning. Next, poisoning by chemicals like phosphorus and arsenic. Next, repeated mild hemorrhages. All these conditions lead to hypoxia, which stimulates release of erythropoietin. The erythropoietin stimulates the bone marrow, resulting in increased RBC count. Next, we will see anemia. There is abnormal decrease in RBC count. It's called anemia. There is count is also decreased. Now we will see variations in size of the red blood cells. Number 1, microcytes. Microcytes are present in: number 1, iron deficiency anemia. Number 2, prolonged forced breathing. Number 3, increased osmotic pressure in the blood. These are the conditions where there is a microcytes. Another condition, macrocytes. Macrocytes are present in megaloblastic anemia and decreased osmotic pressure in the blood. Now, anisocytes occur in pernicious anemia. Now, we will see the variations in shape of the red blood cells. The shape is altered in the following conditions. Number 1, crenation, shrinkage as in hypertonic conditions. Second, spherocytosis is a globular form as in hypotonic condition. Sickle cell, crescentic shape as in sickle cell anemia. Thank you.